revealed the mystery of the Soviet woman who died in space, and no one knows anything about she until today. We will hear a small clip of the voice recording, which was launched by a woman from the depth of space. After that, I will tell you the full story, in addition to the full registration, and the secret that made the Soviet Union deny her death. When World War II ended, two great powers emerged, the United States and the Soviet Union, and immediately started a Cold War. They began to compete with everything, military capabilities, sport, and everything that never came to your mind. In 1957, the Soviet Union moved forward a lot. That year, the Soviets did not think about invading space only, but began. They have sent many rockets into the space. In October of that year, the Soviets sent their first space rocket. The rocket was able to escape from Earth's gravity and circled the Earth. But his return to Earth was catastrophic. The rocket crashed when he returned to Earth. But it was a big step in space science. In December 1957, the Soviets sent a shuttle with an organism in it. This organism was the dog Laika. Its story is sad, because she died in space. We will talk about its story in another video. After that, the Soviet Union had considerable experience after several experiments without humans. In 1961, the Soviets sent a shuttle with a man inside it. The astronaut named Gagarin. The purpose of this flight is access to space and rotation around the Earth. They chose for this mission the Russian pilot Gagarin. The mission was very successful. The spacecraft arrived in space and circled around the Earth successfully. Most importantly, the astronaut arrived safely on Earth. This man became the first person to reach space. The Soviet Union made a big difference that made it superior to the Americans. In 1963, the Soviet Union sent another spacecraft into space. The astronaut this time is a woman, named Valentina Tereshkova. This woman was chosen for this difficult mission. Indeed, this woman was sent to space, and the mission succeeded. She flew around the Earth and returned safely, and she became the first woman to reach space. It is also the focus of everyone, especially the world media. But there are two young Italians, they have a different opinion. They thought, but were sure that Valentina was not the first woman to reach space. But there was another woman 2 years earlier, and she died in space, and they have proof of this. They are Italian brother, living in Italy. They have the hobby of tapping radio waves, used by astronauts and satellites. In fact, the young men took care of this hobby, and devised instruments for precise eavesdropping, on spacecraft sent by the Soviet Union. They succeeded in intercepting many contacts between astronauts and air base in Moscow. In May 1961, after several months of flight of the first spaceman Gagarin into space, the two brothers were listening to a distress call coming from space. Fortunately, they recorded this call. The voice of a woman who asks for help, says she feels the heat. She kept asking help until the sound disappeared. And if we heard what she were saying, we will understand that she died burned. Let's hear the voice recording. Obviously, the end was tragic. The end is very painful and deep in space, lonely, desperate, sad. This voice was recorded by the two brothers after Gagarin's trip after several months. She was supposed to be the first woman to reach space. Not Valentina, who stepped into space in 1963 after 2 years. Strangely, the name of this lady is still unknown. And the Soviet Union at the time denied that he had sent a woman on that date into space. Most likely they were lying to hide the failed mission, so they hide the story of this miserable woman. But 3 days after the sound of this woman, the Soviet Union announced that an unmanned space shuttle had returned to Earth. But it is not inhabited, it has been burned in the atmosphere on the way back to Earth. Some say at the time that this shuttle was inside the woman who was asking for help. Because its size is the size of the truck, which means it is definitely inhabited, because the unmanned shuttle is very small. Most likely, the woman's body returned with the burning shuttle. And strange, after the collapse of the Soviet Union, the Soviet archives were exhumed, and they got many of the answers were ambiguous. Such as the secret of the like a dog. But they did not find any answer to the story of this woman, not even her name, or what happened with her. Nothing until today. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel for more videos.